He had driven all the way from Florida to Rhode Island for a traffic camera ticket. Not because the fine was huge, not because he was angry, but because he thought it could affect his license.
I left Wednesday, my birthday, to come up here to come to court.
It was his birthday week. His hands hurt from arthritis, and the trip had already cost him far more than the ticket itself. Then Judge Frank Caprio looked at him and turned a simple court case into something unforgettable.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Inside the Providence courtroom, Mr. Lamontia stepped forward quietly. The case was small on paper, a camera ticket on Mount Pleasant Avenue. But for him, it had become a journey of more than 1,000 miles. Judge Caprio looked down at the file and asked,
What do you want to tell me about this?
"What do you want to tell me about this?" Mr. Lamontia explained that he lived in Florida now. He didn't really understand Rhode Island's traffic cameras. When the summons arrived in the mail, he became worried. So on Wednesday, his birthday, he got in the car and made the long trip north to appear in court. Then he learned two things. First, the ticket was not going against his license. Second, the fine was only $50. He admitted that even a $95 penalty would not have bothered him that much, because he had already spent far more than that just getting there.
You came all the way up here for the ticket.
Absolutely.
The judge paused, surprised. "You came all this way for the ticket?" Mr. Lamontia nodded. "Sure." Then he smiled and added that at least there was one good thing about the trip. He would get to see his daughter and his grandchildren. Judge Caprio leaned into the moment with his familiar warmth. He asked if Mr. Lamontia was originally from Rhode Island. Mr. Lamontia said yes, but he had been living in Florida for 6 years. The judge joked that
Now you got rich, you don't want to pay taxes, so you moved to Florida.
maybe he had gotten rich, moved to Florida, and didn't want to pay taxes anymore. The courtroom laughed, but Mr. Lamontia gently corrected him. He said he moved because of the warm weather. Cold hurt his hands terribly because of arthritis. The mood softened, only for a second before the courtroom humor returned. The judge and the inspectors started teasing each other about pensions, Florida trips, and whether someone should go down south to bring Mr. Lamontia back. Inspector Quinn joked that the judge should continue the case until February so he could travel to Florida and retrieve him. Judge Caprio played along. He imagined the city spending hundreds of dollars on flights, food, and time just to collect a $50 ticket. Mr. Lamontia laughed too, saying it might take the inspector a week or more to even find him. In that moment, the courtroom was no longer just about a violation. It was about people. Finally, Judge Caprio brought it back to the simple truth.
All right, so it's going to be $50.
Okay.
"All right," he said. Then $50. Mr. Lamontia thanked him, and the case ended with laughter instead of stress. A small ticket had brought a man across the country, but it also brought him home to family, humor, and a courtroom where people were treated with dignity. Sometimes justice is not only about the law. It is about understanding the person standing in front of you. What would you have done if you were in his place?